this is my summary of it for me quickly. Toe to toe at their place with the treble winners with a second string Tottenham side. That's how you play Ange ball, people.
I just kept watching the game today, Rick, and thinking to myself, imagine if we had Maddison in the middle. Imagine if we had Sarr. Imagine if we had Romero. Imagine if we had Mickey van der Ven in the middle there today.
Do this to us, crackers.
But that's what I'm saying. Can you imagine if we'd have actually gone toe to toe with them today with our full squad and our full team? It would have just been, it'd have been unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable today. This club, these fans, us fans, we deserve a day at Wembley. We absolutely deserve that day at Wembley in a cup final and go and pit ourselves against a team. And just to see Sonny go up there and lift a cup would just mean everything. Listen, it might not mean much to the club financially because the cups now, apart from the Champions League, the League Cup, the FA Cup, it ain't worth 2 bob financially to the clubs. But to us fans, it's billions. It's worth absolutely billions. And to players, it's worth a lot to actually go and do something. So this is what I want to see from us now, to actually go and do something and make all of this, what Ange is trying to do, worthwhile.
Sonny was asked after the game, the feeling and what that result will mean for the dressing room. He said, look, of course, that's why we love football. That's what I told the lads. Obviously, Man City are a huge, huge team and one of the best teams in the world, but that is why we love football. It happens sometimes, but we kept believing until the 90-minute mark. So I'm very, very proud of this team. He followed that up on Instagram by saying we were a team of fighters. We showed our character, all fighting until the final whistle. An important point at a tough place to play. Pat, give me your thoughts on the feeling that must be around the dressing room, because, you know, we touched on it very briefly there with Lee, that there would have been a massive difference in a minute and a half from 4 defeats in a row to then clinching a point away at the champions. Just psychologically, Pat, with what we've got to come over Christmas, busy period, cracks there brings into the equation the FA Cup. How important, Pat, do you feel that moment could be in Spurs' season? Because I don't think I'm underplaying. That could be a huge, huge moment in terms of where that could propel this Spurs team of players that are coming back into the focus now.
I think it's huge. It's massive. And you know what? Funny enough, shout out to one of my guys, Matthew Oates. He's always tweeting. He's a big watcher and fan of the show. He's always tweeting and basically tweeting in and commenting. And he said to me earlier today, have faith. I said, I wilted. I'm not going to lie. I thought that today was going to be too big of a test and we was absolutely going to get spanked, because I know Ange likes to play his way and I'm all for it. I'm not one of these guys that is going to tell Ange to change the way he plays, because at the end of the day, everyone that comes in knows the way they've got to play and how we want to play. But I just thought with that partnership against a centre-back partnership against such good players like Haaland, Doku, Grealish, Silva, I thought we was going to just become basically a cropper. But shout out to the guys that believed, shout out to the fans and ultimately the players as well. Because like for me, I don't want to dig Emerson Royal out because I want to be positive, because it was a good team performance. But there are players that aren't really capable of playing the way we want to play and they're making a few mistakes. Then we got guys like obviously Basuma, who I think is fantastic. Such a good player, but the way he turned into danger and gave the ball away for their 3rd goal, that was criminal. And thank God it wasn't Højbjerg or Skip that did that. Otherwise, there would literally be riots right now. Basuma was good enough that he can get away with it. He's got a bit of grace and a bit of leeway, but that's not good enough regardless of how good you are.
So he loves scoring against Man City. He becomes the first player to score on the road against 4 different reigning champions in the Premier League. 8th goal in 18 appearances versus Man City. Only scored more versus Southampton and Leicester. And as I mentioned, he's now been directly involved in 30 Premier League goals against the Big Six, 76 games, 23 goals, 7 assists. He even has one of them as an own goal, as we saw on the back of today. And Son now joins his old strike partner, Harry Kane, in the illustrious 50-plus club. Only these two have scored 50-plus away goals in the Premier League for Tottenham. You know, we talk about Sonny, Pat, at times, you know, previously. and not being able to step up against maybe sides where they may be quite inferior to Tottenham. But, you know, I think we've got to say Son this season has been imperious for Tottenham. You look at big goals that he scored away at the Emirates, now away at the Etihad. I think these are the games where you need somebody to step up, make the difference. And again, that goal, as you look back now at the game, proving absolutely vital in Tottenham, getting a point away at the Etihad.
Yeah, for the people that are listening in, I tried to do the Sonny celebration and I just bodged it up. So I'll let Lee do that. I'm going to leave that to Lee because
I cannot do the Sonny celebration.
Yeah, I tried to do it live on there. You know what? I'm not even going to try. Yeah. So, but you know what? Son is amazing, man. I love him. And like I said, when people were getting onto him last year, because by his standards, he had a bit of a stinker last year. And I told everyone to relax, like the guy's so good. It came out after the season that he was carrying a knock and an injury. And obviously he looks sharp, he looks electric, he's dangerous. Admittedly, Ederson should have saved that shot, but who cares? Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you make your own luck. Sonny took on the defenders, hit it hard and clean and low, and sometimes those balls would give a keeper nightmares, and it did. It was good value today. We didn't have a lot of it says we had 45% of the ball, which I'm a bit surprised at. I thought it was a lot less than that, if I'm being honest. But in the second half, we did seem to exert ourselves a lot more from probably about the 55th minute onwards. And yeah, whenever Son got the ball, it stuck. It was clean. Brilliant, man. And obviously laid it off for Lo Celso as well. And no one spoke about Lo Celso yet. Listen, this guy...
We're coming, Pat. We're coming. We're coming, my man. We're coming. We're coming, bro. We're coming.
I just want to shout him out because a lot of people didn't believe in him. I said he has to play, he has to start, and I just want to see the Lo Celso we see in the Argentinian shirt, and we have seen that in the last 2 games. He's been fantastic. He's gone under the radar, but you know he's chipping in with.
It's a lovely goal.
Yeah,
lovely goal.
That strike was fantastic. A few touches, all the confidence in the world to take that shot on, and it beat a brilliant goalkeeper, and it was a brilliant goal. No one can take that away from us. The goals we scored today, yeah, the Kulusevski goal may have been a bit lucky in terms of where it hit, but you make your own luck because their first goal was a bit lucky as well. Sonny, lazy fire, it comes off his fire and goes in. But listen, we were good value for our goals. I think Lo Celso is quietly really starting to feel that he's a member of the team, because before it always looked like he didn't feel like he belonged there.
He's on the periphery, hasn't he? He was on the periphery.
Yeah. And now you see it. He's asking for the ball. He's making even if something doesn't come off, he's looking to like even play balls with the outside of his foot. He's starting to be that bit of a conductor, a magician in the middle of the park. And yeah, man, I thought he was brilliant today. I thought he was really good. And the goal just capped that off. And I'm so happy Kudu scored as well. But going back to your question about Son, yeah, I think he's amazing. Brilliant captain. You know, there's different types of captains. He's not that rugged, you know, shouting all day and will run after the referee and all of that stuff. But he just leads by example. He's always there. You can see such a kind guy off the pitch. You see by how he's respected by every coach and every rival player. Always shows the most respect, you know, for him. And obviously, yeah, he does his business on the pitch. He always contributes for goals. I'm hoping he can get another golden boot this year. It's going to be tough because obviously Haaland is a machine, but if Son can keep chipping away, you just never know. So yeah, and if obviously Son's scoring goals, we're scoring goals. So yeah. Man, I love Son. I can't lie. I can never say too many bad things. He's amazing. I think he's one of the best players we've ever seen in a Spurs shirt. And I think only when he retires, and I hope that's a long way off, we'll realise how important and good he was for us.
I totally agree on that. I think, like you said, Sonny will be one of those players that it's only when he's no longer here they'll recognise the contribution that he's given to Tottenham over the course of many, many, many years.
Exactly. And against the big teams as well. Like, let's have it right. He scores big goals against Man City, Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool, whoever you want to talk about, Champions League. This guy, you know, he contributes at the highest level. They're not, you know, against Wolves and Bournemouth, with all due respect. These are big games and big moments. So, yeah, I love him. I think he's... So, and even now, to the degree, I mean, there was a stupid post on Twitter yesterday saying that Tomiyasu is the best Asian player in the Premier League or something. And obviously so many rival fans are like, how could you disrespect Son? So even, you know, even though I still feel he's underrated, people realize how good he is. Like, he's brilliant, man. He's brilliant.